Thank you so much, Marion, for talking to me.
Okay.
Marion was a student in my Modern Calligraphy 101 class, the very first class. And I mostly wanted to talk to her because she did this all and she's killing it with her calligraphy now, with like a newborn baby, pretty much like a 6-month-old, and then 3
Yes.
other young children. So for anybody, oh, I think I see one now. So I just wanted to talk to her about her experience with the class and how she was able to like crush it. So thank you, Marion, for talking to me. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yes. Well, to start, yes, I have 4 children, and a 6-month-old. I was kind of always looking for something to do. So I think it really resonated. Your story resonated with me because you said, "Oh, I was just looking for an outlet, and I was trying to, you said you tried several different things, right? Before you got into calligraphy, but I only have about a half hour a day max.
Oh, man.
So I always thought if I could do something in that half hour rather than sitting around thinking about what I could do, it would just be easier. And now looking back, I probably wasted like a good 9 months, but until I found Sheena's class, which was perfect. So when we started in January, my baby was just about 2 months old, but I just needed a little something to get me through, and my own time. I think that's like what a lot of people struggle with when you have young kids and they're all consuming.
Yes.
So I mostly do a lot of calligraphy at night, often with a glass of wine.
Yay.
And I was doing a lot of the video watching during the day, like when I was nursing or feeding the baby.
Oh, perfect.
I would just kind of put it on my phone. So that worked out for me. So I was kind of watching that during the day and then trying to do it at night.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I basically started. And I mean, it came at a perfect time because like I said, I was doing a lot of practicing through the summer, but I wasn't getting anywhere.
Oh, okay. So tell me a little bit more about that. What was the struggle?
Well, I just didn't have I was just kind of looking at things on the internet, I would say, and then like trying to follow it, but without really knowing that, each letter can be built by simple strokes, which I needed to, practice.
Yeah.
I knew I needed to practice something. I just didn't know what to practice. So I felt like, as soon as I was able to see the strokes come together, and especially with the faux calligraphy, you often use that like so much more than just, regular.
Yeah.
You can do that anywhere.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great, foundation to start with. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm hearing that so in the time that you had, I mean, you were before just kind of like doing whatever and sort of not getting anywhere, but
right.
The course, it was helpful to have like the worksheets, right? The
Yes.
actual like, do this worksheet this day, do exactly these lines, and that you're practicing right. Oh, yay!
Worksheets. This is how I've printed this one probably 10 to 15 times already.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite to show you what not to do.
Oh yeah, that took forever to put together.
It's just so helpful to like look back and be like, oh, okay. I keep this in my little travel to go case, one of these of the capitals in the lowercase, so that I can just pull it out if I'm like sitting waiting for pickup or various activities, baseball games and all that kind of stuff.
That's amazing. Okay, see, that's super, super inspiring because I hear from so many people, they're like, I just don't have the time to sit down and do this, and like you can take it to go, like you can really just fit it in the 10-minute.
Yes, I will just practice the forms of the letters like on the go.
Okay.
I find that
with like a regular pen or whatever,
or a pencil or whatever, just to get the just to get the forms down. It was what your course was fantastic for me for. I knew I needed to do it. And I'm so happy that I stumbled across you, because I was like, there are a lot of courses obviously out there when you start to look, and I just resonated with your just laid back approach, and I was like, this girl's cool. I can go with her. And just your accessibility. I mean, right now, and when I emailed you, or I think I commented, you helped me with the paint issue, white ink issue way before the class even started. Yeah. I mean, but I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Cool. So what have you been able to do with your calligraphy now that the course has been over for about a couple months?
Yeah. So it's definitely improved. So the number one thing I've been doing is that my sister owns a small business, a chocolate shop here in New Jersey. And she has been long telling me that I should make enclosure tags because she sends a lot of corporate gifts. So what we came up with were these little tags that she can hook onto each gift. So for Valentine's Day, she sold these little red heart tags that I, put white ink calligraphy on for $1 a piece, and she sold all of them. And for Easter, and I'm doing that. So now I'm gonna make like a kind of a setup with all different ones. Thank you, teachers gifts, congratulations, that people can just go in and pick one. I did my friend's place cards for her wedding in Hawaii.
Oh, awesome.
And that was very exciting. I'm going to keep doing the worksheets and just keep moving on, and eventually we'll see what happens.
How much were you actually practicing a day?
So sometimes I do it in chunks, or if I can get to sit down every day, maybe 20, 30 minutes if I can.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like my fun time, that I just like enjoy doing it late at night.
Okay. Cool. So what would you say to people who like think they don't have time, but they really want to learn this?
I would say that I certainly don't have the time. I really don't. And that's what I like to say all the time. But I like doing it. And I think that it's important, especially for people who are running around taking care of other people, or just running around doing their job, to have something to like hold on to. I think it's really important to just try to create the time. And if I can just sit down and do it for 5 minutes before somebody cries, then, I feel like it's a good day. Yeah. And then sometimes you're like, oh, I just did it for 30 minutes and nobody bothered me. Maybe I can do this.
Amazing. Okay. So would you say that it was worth the investment in the course for what you got?
Absolutely. I mean, the price was spot on, and I think much more reasonable than a lot of other courses that I've seen, which I was grateful for as well. I kind of told my husband, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it to myself as a birthday present. My birthday is in January. And this is, I said, I just want to do the basic, but I feel like the course certainly was worth every penny.
Awesome. Okay.
And sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have one more. I was using straight pen to begin with, just because I saw it on the internet and it looked cool. And then when I got your course recommendations and you said, oh, just get the speedball one too. And I was like, you know what? I should just try it. And it was life-changing for me. I just felt so much more control over it for some reason. It was very scary for me to like say like, oh, I can do that thing. But once I started writing with it, was just so much easier. I felt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. So, I'm super glad to hear that. Okay. It's the little things like that would make you give up normally.
Right.
Unless you have somebody telling you like, no, this is like a better way to do things. You can do it.
Yeah. I must have watched the video where you turned your wrist, or turned the nib.
Turn the nib,
like turn the nib like 10 times just so that I could, this can work for me too if I'm rolling my hand. So I think each of those, are totally invaluable. And, I think your positivity is it's contagious. I think people will be excited. And I think that, if it's a teenager or somebody in college, or even just somebody who's looking for a side hustle, or just, a creative outlet.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I'm super glad that you found a way to like give yourself some me time and like really get into something, even in between all the stuff that comes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very
much, Marion.